Welcome to Ivy's Fortress. I'm Ashante, a reading friend, and we have What Do You Do with an Idea by Kobi Yamada and illustrated by Mae Besom. This book has become one of my favorite books, and I've only read it one or two times. And the reason why I love it so much is because I always am very curious about where ideas come from. How do we feed them? How do we foster them and nourish them to grow into plans and projects and actual tangible things? Because everything starts right here and grows in here and has the tools all within you to become something very special. So this book is a great blueprint of what to do with an idea. So let's get reading. What Do You Do with an Idea by Kobi Yamada, illustrated by Mae Besom. Introduction. What do you do with an idea? Especially an idea that's different or daring, or just a little wild. Do you hide it, walk away from it? Do you pretend it isn't yours? This is the story of one brilliant idea and the child who helps bring it into the world. As the child's confidence grows, so does the idea itself. And then one day, something amazing happens. This is a story for anyone at any age who's ever had an idea that seemed a little too big, too odd, too difficult. It's a story to inspire you to welcome that idea, to give it some space to grow, and to see what happens next. Because your idea isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's just getting started. Like this book. One day, I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, what do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. But it followed me. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. Sounds like something else I know. It grew bigger, and we became friends. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and said that it would never become anything. Ouch. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do, and it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it, I played with it, but most of all, I gave it my attention. My idea grew and grew, and so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said it is good to have the ability to see things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. And then I realized, what you do with an idea, you change the world. Now, I'm going to also read the author's note, which I typically do for most books, because it is very important to give context and perspective about how this author came about writing this book. So, it's hard to believe it has been 10 years since I wrote my very first picture book. What do you do with an idea? So much has happened in that time. I never dreamed the book would be adapted into a musical, a symphony, a dance performance, and an upcoming animated film. But that is the magic of ideas. They build on each other. One thought can spark the imagination in someone else, and that can turn into a new idea. And with that, a new possibility is born. I think it's important to say that this book almost didn't happen. Like the story itself, I too wondered if my idea was any good, and I almost didn't share it. I had never written a picture book before, and it was a new experience for me, and it felt a little scary to share something so personal. Ideas can be fragile. They need our support, our encouragement, and our protection, and maybe even more importantly, they need our belief and attention. I felt it was important to write a book where kids and really people of all ages could be reminded of the potential and the power of a new idea. When we approached Mae Besom about the possibility of illustrating our book, I discovered that we didn't share the same language. At first, I didn't know if our collaboration would work, but I learned that Mae was absolutely the right person to illustrate this book and that her skill and artistry enhanced the story in every way. Mae literally brought the book to life. Making What Do You Do with an Idea taught me that creativity does not belong to a certain language or a particular culture. It is universal and belongs to everyone. It is my hope that this book finds you wherever you are. The world needs your courage, your talents, and your creativity. Don't worry if people think your idea is too silly or too wild or too crazy. Many ideas are misunderstood at first, and those very same ideas can turn out to have the greatest impact. Sincerely, Kobi Yamada. What a great message from our author. And I want to talk about two things. One is I compare this book to writing about the life of a child growing into an adult. It's sometimes scary to bring a kid into the world. That's another human that we are sharing our life experiences with. And they're very fragile at the beginning. And they need a lot of nourishment, a lot of love, and a lot of attention. But also, when we nourish them and feed them good food, they become something greater than we can ever fathom. And that is the beauty of life. That's the beauty of an idea. But also, when you share your ideas with the world, it gives other people the opportunity to connect past those language barriers. So like he said, Mae Besom didn't speak the same language as Kobi Yamada. However, because there's so much passion, so much nourishment in this one idea, two people can come together and create a very beautiful story, a very honest experience that is relatable to just about everyone, to share with the world and get other people connected through those barriers like language and ethnicity and race. Breaks down all those walls and makes everybody more comfortable to come together. So, if you don't already have this book in your stack at home, if it's not visiting you or seeing you at your local library, I encourage you to visit your local library or your local bookstore and get it right back into your arms or capture it. Because just like ideas, things can be fleeting. And you gotta give yourself the opportunity to at least try. Well, that's all I have for you folks today. I'll catch you next time. Bye. We truly enjoy sharing our adventures with you here at Ivy's Fortress. If you do too, like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, what are you doing? It is your choice, but we'll race you there. Bye.